All right, guys, it finally happened. The ZRC that could tempt me to actually purchase it has been released. It's this guy here, the orange, the ZRC Grand Fonds Tangerine 1964 French Navy release, something like that. I'll put a link in the description. Big thanks to Jon over at Exquisite Timepieces. I'll put his contact information down below, and a direct link to their website and everything. ZRC is one of many brands that they carry. Like, they have 60 brands they're authorized dealer for, and many of them are like very, very unique, special type brands, as well as some of the big dogs out there like Omega and you name it, they probably carry it. On top of that, they also even have a massive pre-owned selection. Massive. Like, they opened up literally the same size, if not larger, store right next to the one they already have, just to house their pre-owned selection. So go check that out as well. So let's get into this watch here. We're going to throw some measurements out there because this case kind of has like these little peaks on the side. I wasn't sure if I should measure from those exactly. It's not really a crown guard, so I guess I'll throw that measurement out there. It's 41.35 millimeter right there. But if you were to offset it like you do measure most watches, it's 41. So it's not very wide. 41.35, that's plenty wide enough, or not very wide for this style of watch, I should say. The lug to lug is 49 millimeter, but again, that's a little misleading because you can't mount a strap right here. So you have to go to there, which I didn't grab that one. I can, but I mean, look, it folds right down. So, I mean, I guess I'm not even going to measure it. It's not relevant because it folds right down. So it doesn't extend the lug to lug. So lug to lug is 49. Thickness 14.5. So you have a slightly proud of the ceramic bezel insert here, a slightly chamfered and double domed sapphire crystal that is thick and has anti-reflective coating on it. I think the crystal is like 3 millimeter thick. The lug width here is 24 millimeter. It does have like screw hardware. It's not spring bars. This is a heavy-duty, robust watch, and that's all part of that construction. The crown at the 6 o'clock position, yes, it is a pain in the butt to work, is 8.5 millimeter. So nice oversized crown. That's almost a must just because the crown is, it's a pain in the butt. There's no getting around that. It just is. But it is really cool. It's out of the way once you get it set and everything like that. It's completely out of the way. It's not impossible. It's just a pain in the butt. It's a departure from what we're typically used to at a 3 o'clock or even an offset or even a destro, right? Stuffing it down there. You have to do kind of special wizardry here with the lug to make it work. There's a bracelet option. There's some other options you can do, but this is also part of a crown safety thing, whether it was intentional or not, I don't know. Or if they're like, hey, if we have this flipped, down like this and the crown's unscrewed, we can't flip it up. Let's call it a safety feature. I don't know if that's how it went down or not. I wasn't in the engineering meetings or whatever when they designed this watch. So let's zoom in a little bit. I love this dial. This is easily my favorite ZRC now. Probably one that I'm going to pick up. Has ceramic bezel insert. You have all these little loom plots going all over the place. You have 2 at the cardinal positions, 3 at the 12 or 60-minute mark, and then single dots everywhere else. You have applied indexes to the Tangerine shimmery orange dial, as well as the 12, 6, and 9. You have a date at the 3 o'clock position. Nice oversized hands, kind of a polished gunmetal color, so they contrast very good, very easy to read. Now on the dial, of course, you have the ZRC Geneve logo. Down below, this isn't conflicting information necessarily. I guess it kind of is, but you'd have to do a little bit more digging to understand why they did it. So on the dial, it says 1,000 meter, 3,280 feet. That's in reference to the water depth rating. Then it says automatic anti-magnetic. Well, the anti-magnetic is they used anti-magnetic stainless steel to achieve a slightly higher than you would typically see anti-magnetism for the movement. But on the case back here, this is where the conflict might come. It says 300 meters. So the watch is confirmed, like proven, however they do that, basically by the components and construction, for 300 meter. So they can easily write that on the watch. However, they did actually test this watch to 1,000 meter. So it's tested to 1,000, proofed at 300. So that's why both of those are on there. The price point, brand new retail price, $29.99. So just under $3,000. Gets you a automatic Sellita SW200 movement. That's pretty standard affair for most of these mid to entry luxury watches. It's just a cool, fun watch. Now I am going to operate the crown because I want to show you that, because it is a pain, but you can do it, right? The other quirky thing with the crown is it's backward to what you think, right? So you would turn it this way, righty-tighty, to tighten it, right? However, you're going to have to turn it that way to loosen it. So it is reverse thread. So that's how you would unscrew the crown. Why is it done that way? I have no idea. So it's unscrewed, so you can wind it here, and then you can pop it out. 2 clicks to hack the... I didn't get the last click. See, this is what I mean. It's kind of a pain in the butt. And then you can adjust the time. And then this is what they're saying. Like, you can't flip the lug over, right? Even in this position, you still can't. It has to be screwed down. Now, screwing it down is kind of a bugger too. Like, you gotta really push it down, and then there you go. It's not too bad. Like I said, it's not impossible. It's just a departure from what we're used to. Bezel action, 60 click. Pretty much can't grab it from there. You got to grab it from the sides. Very satisfying clicks. They're kind of softened around the edges of the click, the audible. There you go. Now let's pop it on my 7 1/4 inch wrist so you can see what that looks like. This one obviously on the rubber strap, ventilated, has 2 keepers. One has like little notches to hold it in place. The other one's a floating one. This is about how I would wear it, so you can see how much strap is left. So I'm about in the middle, and here it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. It is definitely a statement piece. It is uniquely done, the whole configuration. So if you're in an area where there's going to be other watch enthusiasts, most of them, I know I would, and I'm assuming if you're watching my video that you probably would as well, you would be drawn in. You'd be like, what is that? Like, you would be, unless you already knew about ZRC, which I didn't until I started hanging out with Exquisite, you would be very curious. So you'd be drawn in to see what that is. It feels great on wrist. It is very comfortable. Like, it's the crown being down there, there's no crown. And this being folded right over is a non-factor as far as comfort level. So now let's check out the Loom, because the Loom is great on this thing. Gonna give it a quick blast of the UV, kill the studio lights, check this thing out. Yes. So they put little loom plots everywhere, just kind of like stargates into the center. And then those massive hands with the real estate for the loom is just spectacular. So probably going to end up purchasing this one. It's been a while since I've been very excited about a watch. This ZRC stimulated that with me. Maybe it does with you. I don't know. It's kind of wild card, but cool factor all in one for me. Let me know what you guys think. If you hit up Exquisite, tell them I sent you, and they'll take care of you. Thanks, guys.